सर स्टार्ट करिए।
Hi. So the today session will be there by Professor Sanjeela Sagar Madam. Yeah.
Also, Asif sir will be there. Not only
Yeah,
by
and also
me.
yeah, yeah, and then the Professor Asif sir is also there for the session. Yeah. So shall we start now? Yeah.
Sure.
Yes. Okay, sir. Yeah.
All right. I think
Yeah.
there are some people who are still joining in as we speak. So maybe we can just quickly revise, ma'am, some of the things which we did yesterday, and then we can start with the new topic. But otherwise, people will start joining in and they will completely be clueless.
Miss something.
Yeah. Let's just
So
take 5 minutes.
yesterday, yes. Yesterday we started with basic queries first, that how we can get a data from a database if it is in MySQL. So first we have learned the select clause, how we can use it, basic select, and we tried to find out how to get data from it and how basic columns we get it. So first we learned that. Then we started with, okay, what happens if I have some conditions. I want to retrieve my data based on to some conditions. So for that we have learned a where clause and we applied onto it, and with the where clause we have learned how to put the conditions.
Sanjeela, ma'am. Sanjeela, ma'am, your audio is not there.
Okay, then we did various conditions we have learned, and in those conditions then we have studied how to use a different type of operators, like how do we can combine different conditions. So for that we have learned about different types of operators, like how to combine the conditions with and, or, and also we have learned about how we can use while characters, for which we have learned like, and even we have learned about different operators like in and between, which were alternatives to or and then we have covered how we can go ahead by grouping data, and for that we have learned about group by clause, and if we have to put conditions onto groups, for that we have to use this having clause. So all that we have covered yesterday. Now the thing is into and then we have shown you a database, how you can see ERD into a workbench. For that we have learned how to use reverse engineering, and reverse engineering is what basically the database exists into your MySQL, and then we are going to convert it into a ERD, that is entity relationship diagram. So we are go back to it, hence the name is called as reverse engineering. Generally what happens is in the industry, first ERD is made, and then from ERD, once it is finalized with the client, then only the database is to be created, and that is called as forward engineering. But because here the database was already existing and we have seen how to create an ERD out of it, so we applied is reverse engineering. And we requested all the participants also to go through the database so that, and the relationships among it, so that it will become easy for us to understand what kind of queries we are going to fire today. And the basic concept which we are going to learn today is we are going to work today with multiple tables. Till yesterday we have worked with only one table at a time, And the limitation of working with one table at a time was what? That we don't get complete information. Okay, so how do we can get complete information? Then we need a join between multiple tables. So how do we can club those two tables and get information together? For that we need is a join. So let us understand what do we mean by a joining table and all that today. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. No, अभी नहीं
Okay,
है.
okay, fine.
Just a second.
Is the presentation
Now
visible?
it is. Yes.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
fine. So I think now all the participants will be familiar with the. So I am taking example here for two tables that we have is orders and order details. So you can see here there is an orders table and order details. So in one order there will be multiple products. So this is what it shows, order details, right? How do into one bill, right? You can take orders like a bill, and in bill there are multiple items. Like we go to supermarket, then we purchase multiple items, and then in one bill there are multiple items. So order stores the bill numbers basically. Order details stores all the items which we have purchased for a particular order. So these are the two tables which store this information. Now suppose I want the information like order number, order date, and what was the total amount. So in that case, order number and order date will come from orders table, or you can take order from order details also, doesn't matter. From any one of these, you can take the order number, but order date is only in the orders table. So order date will come from this table, and total price will come how? That we have learned that we need to do is sum of quantity ordered into price each. That will give me the total amount for that particular order. And then we need to group also by using order number on this. And then the entire information we will get. So this is why we need to join two tables. So for that, there is a term called as join. So how many different types of joins are there total? So there are a total 4 different joins. One is called as inner join. The next is called as left join, right join, and cross join. We are not going to cover all these joins, because if we will cover all the joins, then 2 sessions minimum are required onto it. So what we will do is, to make it easy, we will cover inner join into our session, and rest we will keep you for your exercise. Okay, let us move now. Everybody is comfortable that why we need to join, because we want to work with more than one table. We want to retrieve information from more than one table. Hence, we need a join. So basically, join is a method of linking data between one or more tables based on the values of common column between the tables. Now remember this. How do we will make a relationship between them? For that, a common attribute should be there. So if we will say which is the common attribute in between these two tables, so it is order number. So if there is no common attribute in the two tables, then we won't have join onto them. So there is a condition that how we can join two tables. So for that, a common attribute is must. I think I am clear till this point. So let us move ahead now and see some examples. So see here.
Somebody had a question regarding the relationship between the diagram which we had shown. The
Okay.
relationship notation they could not understand.
Okay. Relationship notations are these are which shows is.
So just wanted an explanation that it is a 1-to-1 and 0-to-many kind of thing.
This is this O we have already covered. Let me repeat it. This O is for 0, and this 1 when comes, it is one relationship, and if there are two lines here, it is one and only one. So in this orders table, this order number will come once. Let me tell you all these notations, why star is coming and all that. We have already covered, but let me cover it once again. Revision bhi ho jayega sabka. So what this notation is, here the relationship is what? Order number is a primary key. Okay. So order number is what here? Primary key. It will come only once. One order will come only once in the order table, in the orders table. Hence it is star here. Can you see star here? So it is what? A primary key. Here you can see is star to the two attributes. So here primary key is the combination of these two, order number plus product code. Order number unique nahi ho sakta because in one order there will be multiple items which people have ordered, right? So that's the reason order number has to be duplicated in order details. So how we will then identify it uniquely? So we will be able to identify uniquely by using order number and product code. So combinedly it will make a primary key in this table. And what kind of relationship it is having? So order number is what? One and only one. So double two lines is one and only one. Here order detail says 0 or more relationships. So this sign is for 0 or more relations. Then next, this crowfoot symbol says is many. This crowfoot symbol is for what? For many. So there will be many relationship here. So these are the other symbols. So here you can say again star is there. So what it is showing, product code is a primary key. Here product line is a primary key. So this is what it is telling. So from product line to product, so from one product line there could be many products. So it is showing this crowfoot that there will be many products from a particular product line. Okay, and there will be one product line in the product stable, product line stable. So product line you can consider like a company and they are having multiple products. So here we are storing their all products. So product code, product name, product line. Line means from where it is coming. Product scale, vendor, description, quantity in stock, buy price, and what is its MSRP, that is maximum sale retail price. So here what we are going to do is now we want to see what kind of uh, uh, information we want to get from this. So the information we need is we want to print the product code and the product name. So you can see here product code and product name are in the products table. So we want to print product code, product name, and its description. But description is stored into where? If we will see, description is stored into the products line table, right? So now we want to store select query jo aayega, select mein product code, product name, and text description. But text description is not in products table, but it is in products lines table. So we want from there. So how do we can perform this? So we will say select product code, product name, text description, and in from we have to put both the tables, products as well as products lines. But whenever we say from both of them, so what happens is now how do we will say which information exactly? So for that we need to put a join. So here we are saying inner join product lines onto what? So we have to write on which particular column we should have that join. So for that we need a common attribute. So let me make you understand it by using a small data set, that how exactly joins work, so that everything will be clear to you. Let me make something onto an Excel sheet so that it becomes easier to understand. that how do joins work, what exactly happens when we write from and then we use multiple tables with it, and how it works, and what is how joins work basically, equals to kaise aa jata hai wo. So let me take three. I will take only three records to show it, and everything will become clear to you. I am taking is what, let me take here as a cust ID first. Is my screen visible to all? Excel sheet?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is cust ID. Let me give this table name first as customers. And here I have is a cust ID. Then I have a customer name, right? And then here I have a table cust के साथ क्या ले? Balance ले लें उसका? Account details,
Yes,
accounts. So here it will be account ID. Then here it will be cust ID and then balance. Or transaction they have accounts. Let we take transactions. So a customer can have multiple transactions. So transaction ID, cust ID, and it's his balance. So in cust ID, I have these records. Suppose and customers a name. Let we take John, Ram, Shiva. Okay, and in transaction ID, I have again, let me take numbers like 987, 765, 654, 432, 321, 432, 231, 123, 234. These are this. Then here cust ID, this was done by 101, this was done by 101, 102, 103, 101, 101, 102. So here there is some balance. Let me write in this. We were having, I'm making just a random values, nothing. Okay, now here is I want information now as want to print customer name. What do I want is my output as what? Customer name and his balance. Yeah, transaction IDs. How many transaction IDs were done by this customer? So how can I get this? How can I get this from these two? How you will do it manually? Do anyone will tell me how you are going to do it manually? So how we do generally manually, if we will take what here I want to print as customer name. So first we will go to customer table, and from there I will pick the first name and will put here. Then how do I will get how many transactions he has done and what are those IDs? So for that the common attribute is cust ID. Then I will compare this cust ID and this cust ID, right? I'm going to compare these two. Where this cust ID equals to this cust ID, then I will pick transaction ID from there, accounts table. Am I making sense here? That how it will make a comparison? So first I want to print his customer name and transaction ID. For that I went to customer table. From there I picked the name of the first customer. Then now I have to print all the transaction IDs of this customer. So for that what I need to do is again I go back to customer table. I will pick its customer ID and match that customer ID into the accounts table. How do my matching will done? Matching will done with all the cust IDs in that table. So first, this third A3 will be compared with A3. Is it same? If it is same, it will pick that and print here 987. Then again, John, again it will print is what 765. Similar manner, it will print is what 231. Then it will print is what 123. And for all these transactions done by John, it will print this. Then again it will go back to this because now there is no more record matching to this. Then it will go back to customers table, pick up the next one. The next one is Ram. So it will take that, and again then what is the customer ID of Ram? It is 102. It will start matching here with this cust ID 102. It is match. So what is their transaction ID? 654. So it will print 654. Then again it will come back here and will start searching 102. Yes, 102. So it is matched here. So it will write 234. So then again Ram is having 234. Then again it will go to cust table. Then it is what the next one is what Shiva. So it will write Shiva here, and then we'll find out what is the cust ID of it. It is 103, and we'll check again from the start, and we'll checking what is there. There is 103 here. It will write 103 here. Right, 103 is having transaction ID as 432. It will write 432. This is how it is going to return result. And basically what happens when do we write a from clause inside this? ये तो outcome चाहिए था मुझे, ये outcome आया. Internally programming कैसा हुआ है इसका? So internally what happens is when we do join onto two tables, first it does is what? It writes the first table name. First table के दो column आ गए, right? Cust ID, cust name, and all the three columns of this table as well. So all the three columns of this table as well. So it will take those, and then what it will do? It will try to make combinations of this with all. So combination कैसे होगा? 101 John. So let me write here 101 John with all these. What it will do? It will make combination with all these. Okay, ये John के हुए. Similar manner it will do for Ram. Okay, and this is called as Cartesian product, right? यहाँ पे ये पूरा यही आएगा. So take this only, no increment, nothing, only this will come. ये increase नहीं होना चाहिए था. Okay, so what happens is again the same thing will get copied for Ram also all. Why do I am doing this? So that I can make you understand how to join works, right? So again the same thing till this is going to be what? For Ram, and then similar manner it will do for what? Shiva also. It will do for Shiva also. So the same thing will be done for Shiva. Till this. So when I have written query, क्या था अपना? Select cust name and transaction ID. Okay, cust name and transaction ID. ये दोनों print कराना है, right? We have to print this. Where? So where clause में what we have to say? Where customer.cust ID and accounts.cust ID is equal. So जहां पर ये दोनों equal होगा उसका it will print. So here where there is equal, so 101 101 both are matching, transaction ID is 987. 1010 matching 765. 10 no, it's not match. Here there is a match, no, here there is a match. 101 101. So it will pick 231. So you can see here how it has picked up for this 987 765 231. Clear this point? Am I making a sense here that what happens in reality? So what happens is a database, how it works basically. So it works how select से काम नहीं शुरू करता है. It starts from. From where do it starts? From. Here we have said from products and product lines. So two tables are there. So first it will make a Cartesian product of these two tables. Then it will go to its join condition where we are saying this is equals to this. So it will check where these are equal. जो equal नहीं है वो हटाते जाएगा, right? So these two rows will be deleted, right? So let me delete them. So this will get deleted. Then same came. Now this is not same, so it will also get deleted. Now this is not same, so this will get deleted. This is not same, gets deleted. Same will remain there. Is this same? No, gets deleted. Is this same? No, gets deleted, gets deleted. This is same. Now is this same? No, gets deleted, gets deleted, gets deleted. Same, yes. Now this will get what? Deleted. This will gets deleted, this will gets deleted, and then it will come to select. Then what was there in select? To print cust id and transaction id. So what it will do, it will delete this also, and then it will delete this also, right? These also it will delete, and this is how it makes your final result. Is this clear to everybody how it works basically? So how do it works? So first it will make a Cartesian product onto all the tables which are written in from. Then it will go to onto which condition you have put here. And finally then it will come to select. So order is 1 from, 2 this condition, join condition, and third is the select. Is the point clear to everybody how exactly it works? Am I making sense, or any doubts to anyone? Yes. Right. So what is inner join? A query has come that what do we mean by inner join? Inner join is a join which is done based onto the common attribute. Onto what? Onto the common attribute, where one is a reference key and another one is the primary key. So here in this case, what will happen? In this case, the product line you can see here in the products has come from product lines table. So here it will become a foreign key, and here is it a primary key. So whenever there is a relationship, now what is a foreign key, you will ask me. So foreign key is basically a attribute whose values are dependent onto another table's primary key or unique key. Then it is called as a reference key or a referential, or we call it as a foreign key. Means its values are coming from another table. So that is called as a referential key, or we call it as a foreign key. Values are not from this table but coming from another table. Okay, so hence it is called as what? Referential key or the foreign key. So whenever there is such kind of relationship, then we use is inner join. So here we have written this query. So let we also use this query onto SQL bench workbench and see what it shows. So first we have to write is use classic models, our database. So it will use that, and then we will write our query, that is to do show the product code, product name, and text description join on to these two tables. So you can see here what it has shown now. So it has shown the product code, product name, and the text description for all the records. Okay, let me give you also this query in the chat box so that you can also do this. T1 and T2 are the alias name. Alias means secondary name. Like how do we have given it yesterday for sum of quantity into price each as subtotal. Similar manner here, writing the table name is big, products line is too big. So instead of that, we are writing as T1 and T2, products and product name. Yes, result will be 3 columns because we have asked for the 3 columns in the query: product code, product name, and text description. From products T1, T1 is the secondary name for products and T2 is the secondary name for product lines. You can write it by using as keyword or you can write it by using one single space. So yesterday we did it with as, today we are doing it this, because otherwise what will happen, we have to write it completely. Products dot product line equals to product lines dot product line. So it becomes very difficult. So that's the reason we use this short notations and we give them alias names, that is secondary names to them. I have posted the query in the chat window. Please use it. Yes, when do we use inner join? We use inner join when there are two tables or more tables have a common attribute between them and the common attribute in one table gets values from another table. Like in this case, the products table is getting the product lines values from product line table. That's the reason I have put the chat. Okay, let me change this to entire audience. And now let me send this query again. I think so it has gone to other group. I'm so sorry for that. I have not changed it. Okay, now you see I have sent the query. Then why we are saying T1 dot product? See, we are saying T1 dot products. Okay, let me make you understand this. So this is a products table. Say we are taking product code. See here, the thing is what? Let me show you my presentation here. See this, into the products table there is a product line. Also there is product line into product lines table. So product line is common in both the table. So when these two will be equal, then it has to take product code, product name, and text description. As I have explained you in the Excel file. When this cust ID equals to this cust ID, then it has to pick the values. Similar manner, when this product line equals to this product line, ये product line is of products table and this product line is of product lines table. So when they both become equal, then it has to pick up. So we have to say how then a machine will understand which product line we are talking about. So we have to say products dot product line and we have to write the table's name. Product dot products, name of the table is what? Products. Here products dot product line, and second table is product lines dot product line. So यहाँ पे नेम लिखने बड़े हो जाते हैं. Even if you don't write na, T1 is okay. You can say directly from products here, and then you can say here product lines. But when you are putting join here, you have to write the full table name. That is products dot product line equals to, then we have to write here is what? Product lines. पूरा नाम लिखना पड़ता है टेबल का, and it becomes difficult when we have big names. So instead of writing these big names, what we do is we provide secondary names to these tables, right? So ये provide किया हुआ था, T1 इसको and T2 इसको. So what we do is we just provide them small names, जैसे nicknames हमारे लिए होते हैं, right? How do our parents or our friends call us with nicknames? Similar manner, we are providing nicknames to these tables, because writing big names is, typing big names is difficult. So we provide them nicknames and then we call them with those nicknames. I think I am making sense now, and it is clear to all that why it is being used T1 and T2. Yes, yes, Aarti, ma'am, we can use it without mentioning T1 and T2, but then you have to write the name of the this. This command is not working. How it is not working? As I have shown you, have you used first database is there in your this? So first write use database, use classic models. So is classic models coming on to the left pane? Check that, and then you should write first use classic models. Execute it and then execute this query. It will definitely work. It is a machine. It doesn't have any kind of brain key. It will work onto my machine and it will not work onto your machine. It never happens. Okay. So the next is, let me take example here. Like we have order details and another table. One is order details and second table is orders. So here, what kind of query do we need? In this query, we want to return the order number, right? Order number, then status, what is the status of the order, and total sales. What we want is a total sales, right? Total sales from these two tables. So from where do order number will come? Order number can come from any of these two tables, but status will come only from orders table. And total sales, how we will get? So we have learned yesterday that we will get it using sum of quantity ordered into price each, and then we need is group by order number. तभी होगा, सभी orders का हमें क्या मिल जाएगा? This we will get. Right? So now here, how do we have to write? Now again, we require information from two tables. So what is the query here? So query is select T1 dot order number, T1 dot status, sum of quantity ordered into price each, and this is again an alias we are giving. Otherwise, what will happen? Some quantity ordered into price each will become the column heading. So instead of this, we want to print the column heading as total. So we are writing total here for this column, some quantity ordered into prices. From orders, again we are giving orders a name as T1, inner join onto order details, and its nickname we are giving as T2, and then this order number, that is this order number should equals to this order number, and group by order number. So it will group it by order number and then it will work. So let us see then how it works. So let me take this and we will execute it here. We will put here this query and we will execute it. So what it will gives us, see here it has given order number, their status and the total price. So let me give you also so that you can execute this query and see the results. How to break a query into multiple lines? Simply by pressing enter key. You can break it into multiple. जहाँ पे भी चाहिए वहां पे नीचे लेके आ जाइए. See this, I have brought it down. So it is one only, one query only. I can break it into multiple lines. Okay, let me explain the query again, what it is saying. Our thing is what this is, these are the tables, right? Orders and order details. What we want it should print is order number, status. What it should print is order number, status, and sum of this particular order, total amount. So how do that total amount will come? Let me ask you that when you go to supermarket for purchase, how your bill gets generated? You get a bill number on the top, right? And inside it, what happens is you have taken a product and its quantity, its price is written, right? Then it gets multiplied and at the end it shows its total, right? So in that manner I have multiple customers. So मुझे हर एक का करना है. तो हर एक का करने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? So how it gets stored into that database? आप देखते हो बार कोडिंग से they scan and they generate your bill and everything gets stored into their machine. So inside the machine they are storing in this manner. There is one table order and then there is one table order details. So all the entries as soon as it gets onto a barcode gets stored into the machine. Okay, and from that if we want to see order wise how much price a customer has to pay, a order has purchased, right? So how we can see that? So for that we need is quantity ordered into price each, sabhi products ka karenge, and then the total of it. Then what we want is a total of all. So for that we are using is sum function here, right? So sum of quantity ordered into price each, that will come. And now I want it for every order. That's the reason we did is group by order number. So if you are confused between T1 and this, so don't take it T1, you write orders here, and instead of T2 you can write order details. See what happens is again and again when I'm writing order, it becomes very difficult because the name is too big, right? So I can write orders also, no need to give these nicknames. Again and again I'm repeating, these are the nicknames, like how do your friends calls you, right? So here I'm saying is what order dot order number equals to order details dot order number, order details dot order number. So you can write in this manner also. I can show you, it will gives the same result. If you don't want to give the nicknames, don't give. You can see here the same query will get executed again. What is the name? Orders. So the again the same query will get executed, so no issues. What is the name of the table here? Orders and order details. Orders dot status and on orders dot order number. Okay, okay, fine. So again I can execute this, so it will give me the same results. So if you don't want to do it with secondary names, alias name, nicknames, right? So don't do it. You can directly do it with table name. What happens is again and again writing table names, because table names are big. So instead of this, we put nicknames to them. उतना ही है वो. No, it will not assume. We have given it as T1. Can we assign an alias directly to a column? Yes, by giving a space. Like how do we have given here total to this one, some quantity ordered into price each. Let me remove this total also and execute this query. Let me not put any kind of alias, and you can see the result, how it comes. See how it is coming, order number, status, some quantity ordered into price each. Do it looks good what it is? We have put the formula. So do it looks good if on the output it comes as a formula? This formula will be understood by whom? The person who has written this query. But what will happen if we have to show it to somebody else who doesn't understand these technology terms? Right? So उसको क्या चाहिए? Total कितना हुआ? So इसीलिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं? After giving a space, you give a secondary name to it. So क्या हो जाएगा? This column will have a name total. It's a temporary name. Remember this. It is not going to make any changes into the database. I can write here order number as O number also. It will take that. You can see this. It will take that O number. So you can give it to any column as this. Order status hai. If I want to give it as a another name, I can give that OS as order status. So it will take that also. So you can see here it has taken OS as a name. So it is just providing nicknames so that our work of typing becomes easy. So I think now I am clear. Why do we put these nicknames? Yes, every query starts with select. Yes, you can use as also. You can use just only space also for providing nicknames. So in the command, since we are using order number in multiple places, we could have used an alias. Yes, that's the reason we have used alias, because writing order details is a big name. Orders is a big name. Instead of this, we are using alias, small alphabets. Single letter also you can use. Instead of T1, you can use one any alphabet. You can use A, B, C, like that. It's a temporary label. Yes. Yes, I think so. I have cleared now all your doubts. So let us move to another now. Now, see here, what we are going to do is, now what kind of information we want from this table. Like how do label comes, है ना? Whenever we place order online, like we have placed order through Amazon. So what comes there? ऊपर स्लिप लग के आता है ना, what we have placed order. So it shows me order number, order date, customer name, order line number, product name, quantity ordered, price each, ये सब चाहिए, right? I want to print all this because now I have to generate a bill and I have to put it onto the order which is placed by the customer. Now see here, if I want all these details, how many tables are involved? So let us understand this database. So order number is where? Order number is in order details, order number is from in orders also. So I can get it from anywhere, no problem. But order date is in orders table. So I will get order date from orders table. Now from where do I will get customer name? Here I have to print his customer name. Where is customer name? Customer name is in the table customers, right? So I need his customer name from this customers table. Then I need his order line number. Now where is order line number? Order line number is in order details table. Product name. So product name is in products table. Quantity ordered, price each. So these are in order details. Can you see the values which I have to print onto the bill? It requires all the 4 tables. But how do I will get information from all these 4 tables? So there should be some kind of a relationship between them so that I can access data from there. So how do I will get those access? So you can see here, now we did just one query that there is a relationship between order details and orders table with the help of this common attribute order number, right? Order number is a primary key in orders table and order number is a foreign key in the order details that its value is coming from orders table. So ये तो हमारा inner join हो गया. That is inner join between orders and order details and onto the common attribute that is called as order number. So how do we will write this? Using order number. ठीक है, because it's a common attribute. Now, what is the common between orders and customers? Because we need a customer name from here. Anything you find here common between these two? Will you put it into the chat? Somebody will put into the chat what is the common between the two in the chat window. What is the common between the two, between orders and customers table? Is anything common between? Get answer from anyone? What is the common attribute here between the orders and the customers table? Asif sir, anyone has given the answer?
मैम कस्टमर नंबर लिखा है
Where they have written, because I am not able to see. In the chat window, do they have written?
No, questions. So they are replying actually in questions.
Okay, okay, fine. Yes, the common between the two is what? Customer number. So what we will say is inner join between orders and customers using customer number. Either you can write it with equal sign like how we did it in the previous query, that where orders dot customer number equals to customers dot customer number, or you can write inner join this table using a common field, right? In both the way you can write. So there is a relationship here, so wo bhi aa jayega. Then what is the relationship? Is there any relationship between products and order details? Is there any relationship between the two? Between products and order details?
Yes, everybody is writing product code. Correct.
Yes, right. So product code, see here, the product code is primary key in the products table, and from this table the value is coming into order details. Means the product should be available, then only order could be given, right? So that's the reason there is a relationship between the two, and it is product code in order details is a foreign key, right? So its values will come from products table. Like how do order number values are coming from orders tables in the order details table. Similar manner, the product code values in order details will come through products table. So this is how these tables are created, and how do we will put sorry, inner join onto it is by using product code. So how many inner joins will be there then? One is between order details and orders, one is between orders and customers, and one is between order details and products. So always remember, if we are joining two tables, then the number of joins we have to put is n minus 1. Okay, this is the formula. Minimum joins which we need is n minus 1. So here if we have 4 tables and we want to join them, so minimum number of joins that we need is n minus 1, means 4 minus 1 equals to 3. Am I making sense here? Is this part clear to everybody? That how many joins, कैसे याद रखना है ये सब? So if you have n number of tables, so minimum number of joins that you have to create is n minus 1. So if there are 4 tables, so minimum number of joins required is 3. इससे ज़्यादा भी हो सकते हैं depending on what kind of work you are doing. Minimum requirement is what? N minus 1.
Some people are little confused. If we can repeat the.
Yeah.
Also, are there also the question is, are there any maximum limit on number of joins?
No, it depends on to what. There is no maximum limit. There is minimum limit which is required for a query, but maximum is not, depending on what kind of data you want to retrieve. It is purely dependent on to that. But minimum requirement, yes, it should be fulfilled. Then only it will work. So minimum requirement is what? That is number of tables minus 1. Like you can see here, we have used in the previous join, there were 2 tables involved, and join we have is 2 minus 1, that is 1. अगर एक भी join नहीं लगाएंगे तो table join नहीं होगा. See this, if I will remove this thing, ये on वाला, so what is going to happen? So let me remove this on. Do this query will work? And see here how it has come. Select orders dot order number, order dot status, sum of quantity ordered into price each, from orders, inner join order details, group by order number. From orders comma order details. Let me remove this inner join also, and let me execute it again. Do it will get executed? Yes, it has got executed. But how many data columns it has returned? Can you see here? कितना सारा आ गया? तो ये कहाँ से आ गया? It has come from the Cartesian product that we have learned. Right? It has come from where? From the Cartesian product. दिखाया था मैंने एक्सेल शीट में, यहाँ पे दिखाया था ना करके, सारा डेटा दिखा देगा पूरा, वहां से पिक करेगा. इक्वल वाला कंडीशन इट विल नॉट यूज, right? Common attribute wala condition it will not use. and it will show you the entire data. And whenever you say here inner join, right, whenever you say inner join, then it will search for what? Inner join, right? Inner join order details, and then we have said that on, right, and then we have given the name. We have not given any name. So orders dot order number, when orders dot order number equals to what is the second table? Order details dot order number, right? Order details dot order number, and then again we execute. So it is going to show us a proper result. Can you see this? Now it has shown us the proper result. Otherwise it has done the total, entire total, right? तो वो result wrong था हमारा, Cartesian product का आया हुआ था. That result was from a Cartesian product.
Ma'am, there is a question
Cartesian
which is
product.
repeating. What is benefit of inner join over where clause with multiple tables in from?
See, inner join or where is a condition. Okay, see, where is what? A condition, right? यहाँ पे क्या होता है ना, you can write this is what, where order detail orders dot order number equals to order details dot order number, ऐसे भी लिख सकते थे. That is also an inner join. So inner join is basically a join when the two columns, as I said, when there are two attributes in two tables and they have a relationship. Relationship means what kind of relationships do they have? They have relationships with what? That one is a primary key and another one is a foreign key. Its values are coming from there. Then we put is inner join. Common attribute pe we are joining, and then what it does, it uses a where clause onto it, that where this cust id equals to that stable cust id, only from there it will pick up those values. This is how inner join works. Okay. So let us do this query.
Just a little bit more in detail. How is it different from a VLOOKUP? Is it the same like VLOOKUP, or are we having more detail?
How do VLOOKUP works? VLOOKUP pe what you do is basically you try to find out. Yes, you can say.
Means, are we only going to match one column, or are we going to match all the columns? So VLOOKUP does for two tables, and the foreign key and primary key relationship is to be there. But in an inner join, can we do it with three tables or more?
Yes, inner join. Now I have shown it with 4 tables, na?
Yes.
I have shown it you with the 4 tables. See this. You can do inner join with 4 tables.
मैम एक विशाल अग्रवाल सर का मैसेज है. He has given 2 queries and asked whether there is any difference between the 2 queries. So वो queries देखनी पड़ेगी. So there are 2 queries which is mentioned.
Okay. Where he has written those queries?
Ma'am, in the question at 7:06, received at 7 p.m. 7:06 time.
7:06. I'm getting till 6:50.
Okay. So Let me then try to copy this.
Yes.
See the chat?
Yes, you can post it in the chat.
I'll post it in the chat so you can execute it. I'm just posting.
Are there, yeah, somebody has asked what is foreign key relationship? Okay, foreign key relationship is what? Like here, let me go back to our data set. See here, order number is there in the orders table. When a customer places an order, he gets an order number, unique order number, right? In that order number, then he places order for multiple products, right? Suppose he has given product number 1, 2, 3, 4. So all these product numbers which he has placed order for get stored into another table called as order details. But it should go with his order number. So this is what we want in order details. Order number should come from orders table, right? So in the order details table, order number will become as a foreign key. Can I show them a table how to create so that they will understand what is foreign key, primary key and all that? Asif sir, or shall we wait it for tomorrow?
No, I think we can do the creation of a simple table today. Then we can do the constraints tomorrow. So we can create a
Yes,
simple table with primary key and foreign key.
yes, so that they will understand these concepts. Otherwise, it
Yes.
is becoming very
So
difficult for them to
yes, exactly.
understand,
Up
right?
till now, what we have up till now, what we have been doing, friends, is that we've
Okay,
been running only
let me,
queries.
okay. Let me do it in a simpler way. Let me do it in Excel then. Let me give them another example of sales, right? So let me give them that. उसी से idea आ जाएगा. Suppose this is a company having employees data as employee ID and employee in name. ठीक है? This is a table employee ID and employee name. Let me take a John, then Mary. These are the common names we get into a database. Third, let me put Asif sir's name, right? And then here is a customers record we are keeping. So here I have is cust ID, then I have cust name, and who was the employee who has sold the product to this customer, right? So here will come is what employee name, who is a sales representative. Let's we see. So in the customer table we have to store that who was the sales representative who has sold this product to this particular customer. So from where do its values will come? Could you put it into the chat box? I can put any random value. Can I put 110 here? Can I put 110 here? Any random values? Any sales representative? एक स्टोर का ही ले लीजिए एग्जांपल. सपोज यू गो टू अ स्टोर, यू वांट टू बाय किसका एग्जांपल ले, व्हाट दे वांट टू बाय. अभी ठंडी का सीजन है. सपोज यू वांट टू बाय सम विंटर वेयर्स फॉर योरसेल्फ. So you have gone to a particular store and then you don't have any idea what to buy. क्या लूं, ठंडी कम है, ठंडी ज्यादा है, which product should I choose? So then a sales representative comes and asks you, sir, may I help you, or madam, may I help you? Then you say, yes, please help me because I'm very much confused what to buy. And then that particular sales representative helps you and shows you the different kind of products, and then you buy it from there. And there it gets stored because they get their incentives accordingly that how much sales they have made. Now tell me what employee number, sorry, let me write here employee ID. I have written name by mistake. So employee ID. Can I write here 110 employee ID here? Do they have given any answer to it?
Mr. Gaurang Chheda says between 101 to 103 only. Kalpesh
Between
says no, it will
101
come.
to 103. Why? Now my point is why I can give values from 101 and 103. Because these are the only employees working in the firm. है ना, यही है ना only. इसके बाद के नहीं है. So I won't be able to get any other employee, and it should be a mistake if 110 is entered by my machine. It should not enter that value. So its values should come only from the employees table. Understood this? Its values should come only from the employees table. So it can't have, customers table can't have employee ID by itself. Its values are dependent on to employees table, and which attribute? Employee ID attribute. So here employee ID. Now see here, in this also let me give you another example. Can I give 103 to myself? I am also an employee there. Can I give 103 to myself? 103 is given to Asif sir already. Now I am giving to myself. Can I give this? Is it possible? Is it possible that two employees share same ID? I'm not getting any answer after 6:50 na.
अरे बाप रे. No, RI ma'am. Uniqueness is lost. Somebody said. I think Miss
Okay.
Bibita Rana. Primary key
ठीक
should
है.
be
Okay.
employee ID, not possible since primary key.
Yes, exactly. Now see here. Now there is one employee ID with 104 and her name is also Mary. Is it possible? Is it possible?
Majority are saying yes.
Yes, that is possible. Now see here. So it means my employee ID is a primary key. Primary key means what? That identifies an employee uniquely. Right? I need something via which I will be able to identify an employee uniquely, and that is called as primary key. So this is my primary key, employee ID. Now from this employee ID, I have to get the values into the customers table. So if by mistake I am entering here 210, it should give me a beep sound. No, you can't put this value because this employee doesn't exist in your firm. Clear this thing? So ये होता है database, right? So database से ही value आना चाहिए. कहाँ से आना चाहिए? From this table. So I should be able to enter values only through 101 to 104. Suppose cust ID is C1, customer name is Jimmy, and employee ID who has serviced him is 102. Then I have another customer, right? Jerry. So he was served by 101, right? So its values are coming from another table. So it will become, it is going to be referenced. How do we call it as? Its values are referenced from another table. Hence it is called as reference key, or we call it as foreign key because its values are dependent onto another table. Making sense now? The difference between the two, the primary key and the reference key. Both the points are clear now. What is it? So here I am restricting that whose values will come here. So their values will come only from the employees table. Making sense now? Is this part clear to everyone? This is what then? What is this? This is primary key, right? What is this? Because its value is coming from another table, foreign table, then it is called as foreign key, right? So this employee ID will be called as foreign key. Now remember one more thing. Their data type should remain same. Their data type and size should remain same. Not necessarily that they should have same column name. Column name यहाँ पे आप sales representative भी लिख सकते हैं. It could be any name. But the thing is what the data type should be same. Okay, what should be same? These to be same. There's data type that it takes here numbers, so it also takes numbers 3-digit long, 3-digit long. So their data type and size should be same. Okay, then only I can make foreign key relationships here. So part is clear now. So let's proceed. Okay. This 4-line query, 4 tables query, have you used it? Let me post it again into the chat. This was the question by someone that whether these two are equal. Yes, these two queries are equal. Either you can write where clause or either you can write inner join. Both are same. See, inner join name was given later. Previously, when SQL standard was first made, at that time we used to have where clause only. Later on, it was been said that when we are putting a join based on to the common attribute, then the name inner join was given, and I have given you a query that if it is a common attribute name, same, so then we can write inner join using, can you see here, order from orders, inner join orders using order number. Then we can write it only once. तो वो जो ज्यादा टाइपिंग होती थी that has been reduced by using inner join if you have a common attribute between them. Previously, the first when SQL standard came in the beginning, when SQL queries were came, then we don't used to write inner join keyword. We used to write it with where clause. Later on, improvements were made onto it, and MySQL came with this. MySQL is the latest software. Previously, we used to do it onto SQL Server, or we used to do it on Oracle. At that time, we were not having inner join. We used to do it with where clause. The first SQL standard when came. Yes, both will give you the same results. Yes, it is both same. But what is the benefit of using inner join is that if it is a common attribute, you can see here it is written only once using order number, using product code, using customer name. So this is the benefit of it using inner join. Otherwise, what will happen? You have to write where every time. So where this is equals to this, and where this is equals to this, and where this is equals to this, and where this is equals to this. So in this manner you have to write. So वो बहुत सारे where हो जाता है, and every time you have to repeat it twice.
There are a couple of questions. Inner join taking more execution time than where query. In
What they are
comparison,
saying?
where inner join is taking more time. I think it's a comment that inner join is taking more time compared to where clause.
No. Inner join doesn't takes more time.
After using y to mention in bracket, after using a bracket use किया है क्या आपने? I don't know what is what the question. Why to mention in bracket ऐसा कुछ लिखा हुआ है? I don't understand what is mentioned.
Using is a function. Using is a function, so it takes a parameter. Hence, it is written into a bracket. Using the common field name, we have to write into brackets. Inner join, there are two different ways how we can use inner join. Sometimes we use inner join with the help of how we have written. If there are two different column names, if the column names are same, then we can use using clause also, using function also. And it takes as an argument the common attribute name.
Mitesh Katira sir is saying that result is generated, but I'm getting 2 errors found message. हमें नहीं आ रहा
What
ना?
kind of
Sir,
error?
I don't know. I don't know. Sir, unless we see the errors, we won't be able to help. Another question is from Aarti Bajaj. I would MySQL cannot be linked to your ERP. Technically, if you are using ERP like SAP, your data is already in a database, and the database, all databases work with SQL query language. So SQL can be used to query any database. We are just showing you MySQL as an example because some database we have to show, and MySQL being free license, no license is required, so all of you all can install it freely. Therefore, we are not showing with Oracle database or MySQL, that is Microsoft SQL Server. So the commands which you are learning, all these queries, joins, inner joins, all of them can be used with any database which you are using in your company.
And even when we will be using R, I will show you how you can fire queries there also. SQL queries onto R. There we will also get connected to this MySQL database, and then I will show you how we can fire these queries there also. In the beginning also, we have told you that SQL is a standard which all databases have to follow. Like how do primary education says in standard 1, a child should know the basic alphabets of a language, right? When he moves to the second standard, he should know the words. When he moves to the third standard, then he should learn the sentences. So this is a standard format which is given by the government for a primary education. Similar, everyone has to follow. How do they follow is a different way. Similar manner, SQL is a standard which all the databases have to follow. So आप कोई भी database use करोगे, SQL query होगा ही, because SQL is a standard which all databases have to follow. Then only they will be called as database, otherwise no. उनको मिलता ही नहीं है permission to be called as database if they don't follow any SQL standard.
There is one question regarding Tally. So I'll just say that can you use SQL query in Tally? So I think Tally ERP 9 onwards, you are allowed to use SQL query in Tally also. So even with your Tally data, you can work with SQL. So the commands can be used over there. If you look at some help online for Tally, you will be able to see the examples of how to use the SQL query editor in Tally ERP.
See, the thing is, these databases now they can save relationships easily. The same files, if you will create into Excel and then if you will put relationships onto it that its value should come from here, it becomes very difficult to maintain it through Excel. But in databases, while creating those databases, the session which we will take tomorrow, you will understand it becomes very easy to maintain those, because वो बना ही इसीलिए to maintain the data. Basically databases are created for this. Even if you will talk about ERP ka backend is database only. So whether it is a tele ERP, whether it is your SAP, or whether it is anything, all follows is database standards.
Yes. I think Mr. Harshil has replied also that you can use SQL commands or SQL queries in your Tally calculator. So in the calculator, it will give you the results. Also, just as a side note, I'm sorry, before I forget, yesterday I had mentioned that we will be uploading our tool and our studio in the folder. We have already done that. If you would have checked, you will be able to find these two new files have been uploaded. One is R and the other is R Studio. Both these executable files have been uploaded in the same folder which we had shared before. You can download it from there and install it. Uh, so you have today and tomorrow to do that, and day after evening we will be in the sessions, day 5 sessions, we'll be starting with R. So all of you can download it from there.
And please follow the sequence. First install R and later on install R Studio. Follow this sequence. First you have to install R and later on you have to install R Studio. Otherwise then R Studio will give you an error that there is no R on the system. It is same like, why do we are using both? It is same like how we have used SQL client and SQL workbench. So R Studio is a GUI and R is a command line. Similar like this, SQL and SQL workbench. So SQL workbench requires MySQL. Similar manner, R Studio requires R. So first install R and later on R Studio. Follow this sequence. So let me move ahead with one example. ये मैंने कल बोला भी था that I will show them reports to, that to whom this particular employee reports to. Let us first see this employees table. Okay, let me see the entire data of this employees table. So I am writing select a star from employees. Okay. So you can see here what I am getting is employee number 1002 is a president. So president doesn't have to report to anyone. So hence it is null here. 1056 reports to 1002. 1088 reports to 1056. Can you see here? This is how it is coming. Like this reports to whom. So I don't know here. Okay, I am getting the employee names from here. That Peterson William, he reports to 1056. Now who is 1056? Then I have to go back here, search for 1056. Then I come to know that he is Peterson Mary, VP Sales. Okay, so he has to report to him. Now if I go down in the similar manner, it is showing me that 1612 reports to 1088. Now I have to search for who is 1088. Then I have to go back up, search for it, who is 108. So it becomes difficult. Can I get the name of the person? Ye reports to and a reports to. Can I get name of this person? Can I get name of this person? So फिर से मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? So see here again, let me show you the beauty of this. So let me create only two things I will create here. This is my employees table. Okay. This is my employees table. Here I have employee ID, employee name, and here I have is what reports to, right? I have is what reports to. So here reports to values should come from employee ID. Remember this. Here the values of reports to should come from employee ID. It means employee ID is a primary key and reports to is a foreign key. Remember this. Reports to is a foreign key because its values are dependent onto another attribute. Right? So suppose here it is 101. Employee name John. He doesn't report to anyone because he's the president. 102 Jerry. he reports to 101. Then there is 103 Jimmy, he also reports to 101. Let me take only this much data. Right now, from this table, I need to print the names of the reports too, right? And I will give them as representative reporting officers. Let me give the name as reporting officer. So here, what do I want to print is employee name and their ROs, right? Reporting officers, RO. RO name should come. What will come here? RO name should come. कैसे आएगा? Can anyone will tell me? Here I want is employee name and here I want is RO. Manually करते हैं पहले. What is the first employee name? John. Right. So I will pick here John. Is there any RO name for him? No. Then next is what? Jerry here. Next is Jerry. Now to whom Jerry reports to? So Jerry reports to 101. So I will take this 101 and I will check in the employee ID that to whom 101 belongs to. So 101 belongs to an employee name called John. So I will write here name as John. Again, I will move to the next one. It's Jimmy. Then to whom Jimmy reports to, it's 101. Again, I go back to this employee ID table, start searching for 101 is for whom. Then I will pick that employee name and I will put it. So this will be my output, right? So how can I do it with a query? Do anyone will tell me? How can I do it with a query? सेम जैसे हमने प्रोडक्ट्स का किया था ना लास्ट टाइम, आई हैव शोन यू, सेम वैसा करेंगे. व्हाट आई विल डू, दिस इज एन एम्प्लॉइज टेबल. व्हाट आई विल डू, आई विल क्रिएट, यहाँ पे अभी देखो मुझे एलियास लगेगा, सेकेंडरी नेम लगेगा. आई विल क्रिएट वन मोर कॉपी ऑफ इट, right? And here I will call it as our employees, reporting officers employees, right? Uska लेती हूँ name. What do I will give it name as our employees? ये क्वेश्चन थे ना, क्यों चाहिए मुझे सेकेंडरी नेम्स, नहीं रखेंगे तो क्या होगा? So here without alias name I won't be able to do, because I am going to make one more copy of it. One exists and one more I want to create. So I will give two names, one to this and second to this. So when I am giving multiple names, it will be two tables inside it. Computer को क्या लगेगा? Computer will understand that there are two tables existing. And now my work becomes easy. I will put an inner join, right? You have learned inner join. So common field is employee ID and an employee ID. I will say what, copy this. आपको पता ही है. Now it will create a Cartesian product of it. Just hold on. यहाँ पे Cartesian product will not come like this. So how do it will come like this? Let me take it this also. Then 101 John, it will be repeated thrice for all the values of that table, है ना, जो यहाँ पे table है, right? So it will come like this. So it will come like this. Then again for 102, how do it will create? So it will create all those three values, right? Let me do it bit fast, the same. So that becomes easy. So this is to be thrice. Similar manner, Jerry, thrice. This is to be written thrice. Then is what? 103 Jimmy and his reporting officer. Right? So this is what the first Cartesian product will get created when I am writing from employees and our employees. So this is employees table, and this is my R employees. Right now from here, what do I have to pick? I need to pick employees name and I need to pick our employees name, right? What do I need to pick? Employees name and our employees name, right? Where this is equals to this. तो क्या पिक करेगा? When they both are equal. What should be equal? Employee ID. See here, what should be equal? Employee ID should be equals to what? This employee ID. It should be equal and pick up these two names. What it has to pick now? How do it has to pick? Will you put it into the chat box? How do it has to pick now? Do this employee ID equals to employee ID or do employee ID equals to reports ID? कैसे आना चाहिए? देखो, this 101 and this 101 ये दोनों इक्वल है, राइट? तो कैसे प्रिंट करना चाहिए? ये एम्प्लॉय नेम पिक करना चाहिए एंड ये एज अ बॉस नेम प्रिंट करना चाहिए. Similar manner.
Three people have replied with reports ID.
हाँ, correct. And how do it will pick? Employee name from our employees and reports to should come from employees table. See the sequence. How do we have to take? Employee name from our employees and reports to का name जो आना है वो कहाँ से लेना है? Employees table से. So John, wherever there is John, तो इसका क्या आ रहा है यहाँ पे? Null, null, null. So no one. Then if we say Jerry, who to whom he is reporting to, so he should pick the query should pick the name of employee names from our employees and reports to, वो कहाँ से आना चाहिए? From employees table. When this employee ID equals to reports ID. राइट, जब दोनों सेम हो जाएगा तो उसको कहां से पिक करना है? इधर. सो दिस इज व्हाट द क्वेरी इज बीन रिटन. So what is this query? So let me execute this and you will see this. Let me take it as here because then it becomes difficult to understand. ये ना कॉनकैट किस लिए लिखा है? ये स्ट्रिंग फंक्शंस हम करवाने वाले हैं. What is it? Basically we are going to write last name and first name as manager. ठीक है, एक सिंगल नेम दिखाना है. Similar manner for employee we are showing last name and first name as a direct report. ठीक है, इसीलिए लिया है, बाकी कुछ नहीं. We are concatenating them means we are combining them. So you can see here the result. So this is a manager and this is the direct report, right? So it has come, right? So this is how this query works. So concat function is basically to combine the values of two attributes. तो वो क्या कर रहा है ना, इकट्ठा दिखा रहा है, देख रहे हो ना? You can see it has combined the last name and the first name, last name and the first name separated by commas. So concatenate is basically used to combine the two string values. And as is been written for what? Written as this. So here you can see here for one employees tables we have given the name as E and M is stands for manager, means reports to, right? So whom they are reporting, employees are reporting to whom? So ye manager. So then we are saying on to M dot. See here what we have written first, M dot reports to से check करना है ना. So M2 dot employee number, यही कहा था ना, what I said, it should pick up employee number from this and it should pick up reports to का name from this table. So this is what is been written, M dot employee number equals to E dot reports to, right? So it should pick up from there. Then it will become a proper query. Am I making sense here? Any queries to anyone now in this section, or shall we proceed?
Ma'am, how another table of report manager was created? Reporter manager was created.
यही तो दिखा है ना. I have shown you in the Excel file. by giving the secondary names. So what happens is whenever we have given secondary names, you can see in this query what we have written. We have created one employees E. One we have given a secondary name to the employees table as E
मैम वो
and one
उनका
secondary
कहना है
name as
कि
M.
उनका कहना है कि she has understood it in Excel. She wanted to know how we can do it in MySQL.
MySQL का query I sent to them na, by making two alias name to the same table. From clause, check the from clause, there it
Correct.
is written from employees E and employees M. So employees E is one and employees M is another. Like how do we have created here in the Excel?
Yeah,
One
she
was
got that.
employees and one
Yes,
is
she
our
got that.
employees. Yes. So in the from clause, it is written employees E and employees M. That's the reason secondary names are required. In these cases, without secondary names, we can't do. So what happens is, na, in reality, whenever we are giving secondary names here, we have given two secondary names to one table. So it will in machine into the memory, it will create two instances of it. So दो टेबल बन जाएंगे वहां पे, टेम्परेरी रहेंगे. It is not going to make permanent. Remember this. So these will be a temporarily created two tables. So when there are two tables, we can easily work with it. Although the table was one, but we have created two temporary tables and then we have worked with it. So let us move towards now next part, complex queries, a bit of it. Shall we proceed ahead? Okay, now see here, the thing is what I have employees table. You can see, you have seen, everybody has seen. Now here I want to print the last name and the first name of the employees who are working in in the offices of US, right? Who are working in all the offices of US. Let me take you back to the employees table so that we will understand this query easily. Let me take you back. Select a star from employees. So you can see here, what is it? Employee number is given, last name is given, first name, extension, email, and office code is given. Can you see here? Office codes are given. So these office codes are coming from which table? These are coming from offices. So let me go back to offices also. Select a star from offices. Okay. So in the offices table, now you can see that office code 1 belongs to country US 1, 2, and 3. Office code 4 belongs to France. Office code 5 belongs to Japan. Office code 6 belongs to Australia. 7 belongs to UK. Right? But I want to see the records of all the employees who are working in the offices of US. Can I do this? Now you have both the tables. Without join, can you do this? I have shown you both the tables, employees as well as offices. In the employees table, I have only office code. In the offices table, I have the country name. So I want to print all the names of those employees who are working in the country US. Can I print that without join? You have learned join now. Can I print these values without join? I'm not getting any question after 650 answers from you guys. I don't know what is the problem with this. Okay, now some Kalpesh sir, you are saying we can select office code 123. This you can select because now you have checked it from offices table. So in a reality, how do you have to write this query? You have to write in two forms. First, you have to write select office code. Let me write in your way how you have done it, right? Select office code from offices where country is equals to USA, right? You have done in this manner that you have got all the office codes where country is in US. So you have got 123, and then you are saying that select a star from employees where office code in, and then you are writing 1 comma 2 comma 3, right? So this is how you have formed it, this query, right? And then you have got it for 1, 2, and 3 other details of the employee. But instead of writing these two queries, I want to write it only once. So how can I write this only once? That was the query. That with single query can I write that? Yes, that is possible, and that is possible using complex queries, and these complex queries are called as subqueries. Now, what do we mean by subqueries is subquery means a query nested into another query, right? So a query which is nested into another query is called as subquery. So what do I will do here is, so this was where country equals to US, select office code from offices where country equals to US. So where do I will put this query? I will put this query inside this, in jo tha na ye wala. So what I will write, select office code from offices. You have seen that it has returned 1, 2, 3. So यहाँ पे in में मैंने 1, 2, 3 I have written. So it will write the same thing. So select a star from employees where office code in, I am writing the query inside. Select office code from offices where country is equals to US. And when I will execute, I will get the same results. So I'm giving you this query. You run this and enjoy this subquery section. That how we can have nested queries. Yes, Aarti ma'am, T1 and T2 is replaced. You can give any names. It is not T1 and T2 or E and M. You can give any name. Yes, any doubts to anyone? Is this part clear of subqueries? Now let us do one more example here for subqueries. That is, we have a query that should return the customer who has the maximum payment. Because what happens is, the person who has maximum payment, we call him as a privileged customer, and then he can enjoy all the benefits which we want to give him, so that he can be with us, right? We know now his buying habits, so what we want is, let we make him as a privileged customer and we give him some more benefits. So how do you will find out who is the customer with maximum payments? Who is the customer with maximum payments? So payments details, let me show you in payments details. Select stars from payments, right? So you can see here all the payment customer number is there, their payment amounts are there, right? All are being given here. And we want to print now customer name. Abhi customer name is in the customer table, right? So again the thing is what, who has done the maximum payment we want to find. So for that we need is what, max function. So what we will do, select, we have to fire this query that select maximum amount from payments. What we need to write is select max amount from payments. So we will get a maximum amount here. Then we will see who is this customer having made this amount, right? Customer number match karenge. So for that also we can do is what, a subquery we can write like this, that select customer number, check number amount from payments, where amount is equals to select maximum amount from payments. So who is made this maximum? So we will get that, right? And let me do this. So I will get the name of the customer who has made this payment. Clear now to everybody? So you have understood how we make different queries. So any doubts to anyone till this? So let us take a quick review. So what we have learned today, so we have learned how to combine the different tables by using the joins. We have learned, where we have learned about inner join, and then we have learned about self join. We have learned the concept how we can use inner join onto a primary key, and if there is a relationship between primary key and foreign key. We have learned the concept about primary key, that it is used to make a record to identify uniquely, and a foreign key is a key whose values comes from another table. And then we have learned how we can have nested queries. They are called as complex queries, means a query inside a query. So we have learned these things today, and tomorrow we will be covering about how to create a database basically. So you will understand how to put these constants which were there, that we are going to make it as a foreign key. Then in the beginning of the session, sir has said that we want to restrict something. So how do you can restrict? Like suppose I want that my employees which we want to recruit for our firm should belong to a particular region, uske bahar nahi, because then traveling cost increases and all that. So what we want is they should come from a particular region, so that also we can make as a constraint that their value should come from these four regions. And suppose you want to make a sales of your products into different regions, and that you have selected that you want to do into three regions, so that also you can make with those constraints. So all these are possible, and all these things we will learn tomorrow by using different kinds of constraints, and how to create different how to create this database which we are using here. So all this we will learn tomorrow, and how then we can add records to it, Suppose suppose an employee leaves an organization, then its details should get deleted also from the active record. So how those data manipulation we can do, insertion, deletions, updations. Suppose an employee gets a promotion, then how its designation we have to make changes. So all this we will learn tomorrow, and day after tomorrow we will start with R. So please download both the R softwares. One is R and second is R Studio. Please maintain the sequence that first you install R and later you install R Studio. Any query which is left, Asif sir, by us? Any query which we have left unanswered?
Hi. Yeah. Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Asif sir. Yeah, voice is not coming. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
I think he is not able to. There is some issue with his
So what?
connection today, I think.
Okay. So I would like to say today it was a very nice session on SQL, and thanks a lot to Asif sir and Sanjeeta madam. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Bye. Yeah. Bye. Sir.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can close now. Yeah. Okay.